start 34.15.
34.15?
Oh, or should I start 32?
32.
And by the time I was in 3rd grade, I was really excited about skiing. I was training full-time in the mornings before school, after school. I was starting to go to tournaments and competitions, and I just got really hooked. By the time I was about 12, I was representing the United States on our junior world water ski teams, and I was traveling all over the world. So I was going to junior world championships, Can American championships, lots of international events. And as I grew and matured, I eventually ended up on the pro tour. I did about 20 years as a professional water skier. I think I have been blessed to win every major water ski title there is. I competed in 3 events: slalom, trick, and jump. Slalom water skiing is 6 buoys with an entrance and exit gate. So you have to go through the gates, around the 6 buoys, and then out the exit gates. And the thing that makes slalom hard is that every time you complete a pass, we shorten the rope in the boat. So it gets more and more and more difficult to get around the buoys. The skier who gets around the most buoys at the shortest line length wins. And everyone is competing at the same speed. So the maximum speed for the women is 34 miles an hour, and the maximum speed for the men is 36 miles an hour. One thing that I always found interesting about slalom is that most skiers double the speed of the boat while they're competing. So when we're cutting through the wakes, we're actually hitting speeds of about 65 to 70 miles an hour. The second discipline in competitive water skiing is trick skiing. And trick skiing is made up of 2 20-second routines, and you're doing as many tricks as you can in each 20-second run. Typically, water skiers will do 1 hand pass, and a hand pass means you're doing all the tricks holding onto the handle. So that would be spins, flips, jumping over the rope, anything with the handle in your hands. The second 20-second run is called toe tricks. And there's a little harness inside the handle where the skier will place their foot, and they'll let go, their hands will be up, and they'll do another routine for 20 seconds of all toe tricks. Spins, rotations, jumping over the rope, tricks like that. Each trick is worth a set value of points. And when a judge is watching you, the judge is deciding if you either get all of the points or none of the points. So you either have to execute the trick correctly or you score a 0. And the way they finalize the winner is they figure out who has the most points in the 2 20-second routines, and that is your champion. Event is jump, and we do not do any tricks off the ski jumping, competitive jumping. We only go for distance. Again, the boat is set at a maximum speed for both men and women. The women are 33 miles an hour, the men are 35 miles an hour, and you perfect your technique or your cut to see how far you can go. Most of the girls are jumping close to 200 feet, and the men are going 250. So it's a really exciting event, and there's lots of good crashes too. The neat thing about competing in all 3 events is that makes you eligible for the overall. If you know anything about gymnastics, that's kind of like the all-around. And the overall is kind of the most coveted title in water skiing because it's the person who's scoring the best in all 3 disciplines, slalom, trick, and jump. And in my career, that is really what I was known for, was being the best women's overall skier in the world. So one of the most difficult things about water skiing is a deep water start. Imagine going to the lake, jumping in the water and you have to learn how to get up out of the water. That's very difficult for a lot of people. Now imagine taking it to the next step. You're up on the water, it almost feels like you're flying or running across water, and you have to learn how to cross over the wakes. And the wakes are steep and they're slippery and they require a lot of balance and coordination. So just learning how to be a basic water skier is very challenging.
Basically, when we're driving, we have to drive through a ski course. So the skiers go around the buoys, but as a driver, we have buoys also, and the buoys are straight. The buoys go all the way down the course. So there's two things that are important when you're driving. One is going straight down the buoys, and then the other is making sure you've got the boat up to speed. So when we come around, we usually go around the islands. There's an island on each end of our lake because the lake's not very big. So we'll go around the island, and coming out of the island, it's important that we're really straight going into the buoys and that we get the boat up to the skier speed.
So to learn to grab the rope, you have to do the whole toe-o, and then you bend your knee right here and grab the rope right here. You're getting in this really bad habit of reaching. One thing that I've loved to do since I retired from competitive water skiing is coach. I put so many hours and so much time into my skiing, but I had so many great people helping me along the way that I wanted to be able to share my knowledge and my experience with new kids coming up learning how to ski too. Just being on the water, outside, in the sun, you know, the wind blowing through your hair, it's like the best feeling ever.